Will you pick up James Worpel? After a very quick turnaround, the teams for round 6 have dropped, and with that, 25% of coaches now have a decision to make. Do you hold or fold Christian Petracca? Petracca's form has been down in recent weeks, and after scoring 69 last week, many coaches will be swinging the axe on the number 2 pick from the 2014 NAB AFL Draft. Plenty of rookies have landed though, which opens up a plethora of options for coaches to make moves in all areas. Hawthorn's James Worpel, mid-$182,000, finally gets his chance after averaging 69 in the VFL from his 2 games this year. After 3 years in the NAFL, Nicholas Shipley, mid-$170,000, gets his first run for the Giants at the top level and looks a promising type. Firstly, he's named on the wing and scored 126 in his only NAFL game this year with 13 tackles. Also from the NAFL, tackling machine Ben Ronke, FWD, $170,000, will play for Sydney after laying 18 in his 2 games there this year. Finally, Melbourne has named Charlie Spargo, FWD, mid-$214,000, who has averaged 78 in the VFL this year. His price will turn off many coaches who are approaching this week as a week 2 cash up in an effort to chase some of the newly named dual position options from the crop of 22 players who had a position added next to their names: Jack Zebel, FWD, mid-$644,000, Brendan Goddard, def, mid-$655,000, Lachi Whitfield, def, mid-$639,000, and our very own Tom Rockcliffe, FWD, mid-$530,000, top the list. All the new DPPS, check them out. Click here to subscribe on iTunes. Get them in. Robbie Gray, FWD, mid-$671,000, is in sensational form, averaging 113 on the back of a huge increase in midfield time in comparison to last year. He has a low break-even and ticks all the boxes, apart from the fact he may attract the attention of the Ben Jacobs tag this week. Even so, he is the most traded-in player this week and is clearly the best forward option in the game. Zach Merritt, mid-$625,000. The time is right to jump on the star bomber who had an interrupted start through to the year which has caused a $200K price drop. You won't get him any cheaper than this, and he is a top 6 caliber midfielder. Matt Gelfie, FWD, $234,000, backed up an impressive debut with a great game on Anzac Day where he pumped out an impressive 72. He has a low break-even and has done his job security no harm, which makes him a great cash cow option despite his $64K price rise. He is currently the 3rd most traded-in player. Move them on. Bailey Fritsch, FWD, $313,000, is currently the most traded-out player, but given the fact he is likely to make the cut this week, I would recommend reversing it and fattening the mature age cow for a few more games. Lance Franklin, FWD, $698,000, has been outstanding this year, averaging 100 points and failing just once with an injury-affected 55. Unfortunately, he is out with a bruised heel, and information regarding the estimated weeks missed is hard to come by. This has catapulted the big gun to the 2nd most traded out player for the week. Alan Christensen, FWD, $456,000, has been great, but the 55 in a friendly matchup against the Suns is enough for 1,000 coaches to say thanks and goodbye. He has done his job, increasing by $125K, and the time is right for many to upgrade him to a legitimate premium. Calvin's captain Stephen Caniglio, with a low score this year of 112, Caniglio joined Scott Pendlebury as only 2 people to score 100 in every game. He scored 127 on Brisbane last time he met them and should give these guys a lesson back at home. Dustin Martin, Collingwood give up the most points to opposition midfielders, and despite scoring just 73 last week, he goes for his 6th 100 score against the Magpies in his last 7 games. Tom Mitchell, a tagged pig isn't what we want, and after 2 weeks of below-par scores, he will be tagged again in Tassie by either Seb Ross or Luke Dunstan. Mitchell scored 125 on the Saints last year and still should be good at a ground he averaged 130 at in 2018. Patrick Dangerfield, despite sitting forward last week against the Power, Dangerfield still scored 109 and loves playing the Swans, a team he scored 140 and 139 on last year. Jack Macrae, after being tagged last week to his lowest score of 99 for the year, Macrae will be running free and has scored 123, 101, 109 and 113 against the Blues in his last 4 games.